that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion!
Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
That I don't think that he's good. That I don't.
Oh, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. Happy Friday, the happiest of Fridays. I hope everyone that tunes in has had a great week, a great pre-weekend, a great happy Friday, and that you are going to just glide into the weekend like you moonwalking. Welcome in American Born. Thank you so much for coming in, speaking to myself, joining me bright and early. I saw you in the YouTube streets, I believe. American born, don't stay away from me. American born, come in and take your seat. Thank you so much. So welcome in, everybody. As you come in, just use the like button as a doorbell. That's the easiest way so you don't forget about it. Those of you that like to just hang out and then click it on the way out, I appreciate that too. Thank you so much. But I love when the likes match the number of people in the chat. People that are in the bushes, hello, you're listening in on your way home from work or working out or running errands or one ear in while you're at that Friday meeting. Why do these people call Friday meetings? That's one of the reasons I left corporate America. Y'all stop doing that. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. And it is great to see you on Friday. I hope everyone's doing great. Yes, I was out and about. Yes, and I know those pups are going to keep you doing something. Even if you think you're going to lay down, you got something to do for somebody. So I hope everything has been going well for you. I've had a pretty lazy day. I'm babysitting later, so I'm getting this live out of the way, kind of gearing up, relaxing. I was in the YouTube streets a little bit earlier, but I'm glad to be here now and to see everybody. So let me just pull up what I need to. We're going to share a few things. Good news. I'm going to share some good news. This is Spellman. Yes, my sister is out of ICU finally. I'm so glad to hear that. I am so glad to hear that. So we are sending the utmost of healing energy to American Born's sister, and also restful, peaceful energy to American Born as a sibling and possible caretaker, and just different things that when someone else is ill, it takes something out of us too. If you're a caring person, now I've met people, they could just go on about their life. I'm not one of those people, and I don't think you are either. So I hope everything is going well for your sister at this point, and it gets even better. And to you too. I really appreciate you. When you come in here, you talk, we take our mind off things. The chat helps keep me on the straight and narrow. And here is CC. We were saying happy Friday. I was sending healing energy to American Born's sister, and then just peaceful energy to herself. And I hope you have had a great week. And I'm glad you came in and joined us on this happy Friday. Just got a few little things out of the Bravo streets, YouTube streets, the world in general. So CC is saying, welcome to it, Sandra P's Gen Extra. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to enjoy the amazing content. Thank you so much, CC. CC is one of the moderators that is always here for me. I appreciate her so much. And when her sister moderators come in, I appreciate them as well. Thank you all so much for that. American Born says, thank goodness I had my other sister to help me as well with her. Thank you so much. Yes, I know how it is, American Born. It can be rough. It can be pretty rough. And it is speaking to CC. CC missed the theme song. American Born, don't stay away from me. American Born, come in and take your seat. You know, you'll get some classic rock or some 80s or 90s or Michael Jackson, any era, new edition, something out of me. Hello, Sharon Gobble. Thank you so much for joining me in the live. It is great to see you. Hello, welcome in. Hey, Sandra P, Gen Extra, and chat. Hello, Sharon Gobble. Everyone is speaking back to Sharon. Cece is speaking to everybody, and we're all just doing crosstalk. Even though I've got my Burn It All Down painting by Navi Robbins, it's not really a burn it all down type day for me. It's just, I want to be positive, but I also have to be realistic and mindful, because this is going to be mainly Bravo, Peacock, Housewives stuff. But if you've watched any of the Bravo shows, you know that real life does creep into those. So I want to start out with some good news. Spelman College, this is one of my niece's alma mater, my fellow Capricorn, and she is a graduate, double graduate from Spelman. Spelman has made history by naming 7, yes, y'all, an angel number, 7 valedictorians. Class of 2026. Look at these babies. Look at somebody's nieces. This is my internet nieces. I'm claiming them. All 7 women earn perfect 4.0 GPAs, a remarkable achievement that reflects the brilliance, dedication, and excellence thriving on campus. Congratulations to the Spelman 7. All of them. Beautiful. Every single one of them. I wish the world for them. The world is their oyster. Okay, Michelle, you can't have oysters. The world is these ladies' oysters. Pearls are in oysters. And when someone orders oysters, I'm not thinking anything else. And if you are, get that checked out. But this is the Spelman 7 right here, y'all. Valedictorians. Class of 2026. That is so amazing. And they've got so many hearts and likes and well wishes and all this kind of stuff. So look at all those hearts. I don't go to the X app. It is so negative and disgusting over there. I heard people complaining when they post their graduation celebrations and that sort of thing. The usual suspects get under there so angry. So I stay away from the X streets, the Twitter streets. Sometimes the things will creep back to me. If it's worth it, I'll share it. But this is actually from Instagram. So I like IG. IG is the fun app, one of the fun apps. I also love Threads. Threads is home. I live on Threads now too. Being Black is lit. So they're the one that gave us this beautiful story of these 7 lovely daughters, sisters, friends. Literally, they're going to fix this whole world, starting with this country. So these people up here, they're grinning about we dismantled DEI and all this kind of stuff. We were not the number one beneficiary. That's number one. So people are going to stop telling that lie. And we can see how chaotic it has been without the qualified people just quietly working and being in charge and doing what we do. All right, so let's go through the comments. Linnell Seiler, welcome in. It's great to see you in a live. Hello, it's great to see you step down in a live. I hope you are having a happy Friday. Thank you for coming in. Everyone's greet Linnell Seiler, who comes in, but she'll hang out in the bushes. She'll greet me in the comments. I'll answer in the comments, but I'm glad to see you in a live, and I hope you're enjoying your Friday, and you're going to have a great weekend. American Born is speaking to everyone else and saying thank you to Cece. You love your song? Good. That's classic rock. That's one that there's only 2. Miss Jackson is the other one. And hers is rap based. That's okay too. It's Southern rap. It's Outkast. So if Miss Jackson steps in, she'll get her song as well. So American Born likes it. Continue prayers for your sister. Yes, we have had her in our thoughts, and we're seeing progress. So I'm happy to hear that. And Linnell came in and spoke. American Born thanks Cece. Oh, wow, that is amazing. It is amazing. There's still good news. We're not going to let these other people have the news. Now, that is excellence. That's right, Cece. That is right. I've been afraid to turn on the news. I'm a news girly. I was over with the beautiful, beautiful fashion girly Glam Rocks. That's why I was in the YouTube streets, because she's dipped her stiletto back in. But we know she does 4 or 5 different things. I was so glad to see her. She's going to be on Friday mornings. Anytime I can, I'm going to be over there. So that's where I was in the streets this morning. And then I had a quick little pre-record. My pre-records will be like a little bite-size, 20 to 30 minutes, and I'll be live in the chat when I do those. And those can be on any topic. So I think that'll be a good mix for me with the lives. The lives will still be extras. Political discourse will come back, but mainly the lives will be on the shows that I'm now covering. Right now, we just have In the City, which took a surprising turn, episode 2, and got a little bit better and non-sucky. So we're looking forward to Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's still Sunday nights. Real Housewives of Rhode Island. That is still Sunday nights. Those lives will generally be Monday morning or Tuesday morning, but more than likely Monday morning. And then we are waiting for our internet nieces and nephews to come back. Riley Barris and the gang. Next Gen NYC. Also, it's been ringing bells at that Noel, Cynthia Bailey's Noel Robinson of Leon Robinson, the 2 faces and cheekbones from the 90s, but they're still here. They both still work. Noel is on the West Coast, and she's doing a Next Gen LA. So I want to know who else is going to surround her. Brooke Shields' daughter, Ryder, is joining Riley Burris. I'll have one eye on her too, because I've always had a connection and loved Brooke Shields. Other than that time she thought she was going to try to start going out with Michael Jackson. We weren't having that. We wrote her a not so nice letter in the 7th grade. Congratulations to them. Yes, Sharon Godbolt, the Little Spellman sisters. I'm so proud of them. Class of 2026. 7 families are ecstatic and they are making history. Perfect. 4.0s. I pray that they all get their dream jobs. American Born, I do too. I hope the world for them, the best of everything for them. And those smiles, they are just ready. They're ready to start their future. Exactly. Just lying about everything. Yeah. Here we are. The news. You turn on the news, you expect to be lied to. American Born, prayers for your sister and for you. Yes, Sharon Godbolt, always. American Born is family here in these YouTube streets. So I love to hear that there has been improvement. Welcome in, Mama Bees. One of the sister moderators have stepped in to say, hey, Sandra P, chat, mods. It is great to see you. This is still the first story. I was actually just giving a little bit of background of what's going to go on with the channel. So mainly the extras, the shows I'm covering, and then these 7 lovely ladies. Spellman had to pick 7 valedictorians, perfect 4.0s. So everybody's wishing them well, and we're saying they got the future. Did you see the coming up on the Real Houses of Atlanta clip? Is that the season preview, CC? I have that queued up. If not, I can find it. Is it good? I think it is American Born. If the first half of the season is any indication, and some of the windmilling that's going on in the YouTube streets and bringing in people from other old reality shows. Queen's Court not even on the air yet. Why am I hearing from you, Nash? But, you know, you can't blame them. You talk about somebody, you can't dictate how they respond to you or not. So I guess if his name is called and he's called into a place where he's asked not to be, he has every right to speak on it. And Mama Bees is speaking to everyone that is speaking to her. Cece says, I'm sure that the LA show will have one of Kyle's daughters. Yeah, I'm trying to see who. It probably be one of the, Porsha's too young. She's just on her way into college. I think she's about 18. It'll be one of the other ones. So yeah, that is a good guess, Cece. I think so too. And we know how much NBC Universal, Bravo, Andy Cohen love themselves some Kyle Richards. So they're going to make opportunity for her if they don't do anything else. And I like Kyle myself, believe it or not. But Kyle, you know, you don't do a whole lot. You know that. And I don't know. She fully expects this. Okay, let's do this. Cece called it up and it was queued right up. We'll have to keep stopping it. And y'all, I haven't watched it yet. So let me go on here. Let me add this. No, that's my Spellman ladies. All right, let me go back and change. Share this tab instead. Okay, here we are. Let's see. All right, I'll start back at the beginning.
You are Trump.
And just let me know if you can hear it. All right, we'll start this.
Not the drama, the trauma.
I ain't signed up for no damn anxiety.
You're lying. But I'm not lying.
No one's gonna hold her accountable to her lies?
Silence.
I'm Alanisha Kane.
Yeah.
Tonight we will see who are the faithful.
Let's get this shit.
Oh, so they're doing like a Traitors themed and using Phaedra. Phaedra says she helped them get that Emmy. Phaedra, I'm not going to call you a liar on that. I think Phaedra Parks brought a lot of eyes to Traitors that were not already there. All right, so we might have to watch this a couple of times, y'all.
Jamila.
Where are y'all today?
She is absolutely devastated by this friendship.
And who are the traitors?
Say that to my face, ho.
Angela Oakley's activated. Told him to say it to her face and then called him a garden tool. Uh-oh, y'all. Angela's on the move.
It's giving Young and the Restless.
Peekaboo. I see you.
And I watch it.
Still to come on this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Sweet life.
Okay, we have to keep stopping it for obvious reasons, everybody. But don't worry, we can watch it a couple of times. I'm going to go ahead and save it because I need to watch this again.
Now, what else is going on?
I love your spark. You be kidding me. I'm be
I don't have many mouths in my vagina.
Are you moist?
Here go Phaedra with her old nasty self. Mileage is not the number one thing, Phaedra. Look at her. And who is Mr. Chocolate? The man that you are sleeping with. If Phaedra does nothing else, she's going to try to slut shame somebody else.
You are the trauma. Not the drama, the trauma.
I ain't signed up for no damn anxiety.
Remember what, now Porsha's yelling at Dennis. Remember what she just told Sway? Sway said, you got any baby daddy drama? And she seems so authentic and transparent and real. And Porsha said, no. And we told her, go look at Porsha Family Matters.
You're lying. But I'm not lying.
No one's gonna hold her accountable to her lies?
Silence.
I'm Alanisha Kane. Tonight we will see who are the faithful.
Let's get to Shamia. Where are y'all today?
She is absolutely.
That was Giselle. Giselle, you don't even give story over there on Potomac. This is a mess, y'all. Giselle done come down to gossip with Porsha. And what is this rat on K. Michelle's head? K. Michelle?
Devastated by this friendship.
And who are the traitors?
Say that to my face, ho.
It's giving young and the restless.
Peekaboo. I see you.
And I watch it.
That Kelly that closed her door, y'all, they're all in the same house while that's going on. So it's looking like the second cash trip. I guess they'll get out of the country since they're making a little more money. So we may have a Grenada Part 2. We know Britt showed off down there.
Still to come on this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sweet life.
Now, what else is going on?
I love your sparkle. You be kidding me. I'm be
That man looks familiar. Does anybody recognize him?
I don't have many mouths in my vagina.
Are you moist? You are the trauma. Not the drama, the trauma.
I ain't signed up for no damn anxiety.
You're lying. But I'm not lying.
No one's gonna hold her.
Phaedra, I don't know what's going on. Looks like Phaedra's hosting that dinner, but who's K. Michelle lunging at? Because usually she can't really get out the chair when she try to lunge. Might be Drew.
Accountable to her lies?
Silence.
I'm Alanisha Kane. Tonight we will see who are the faithful.
Let's get to Shamia. Where are y'all today?
I wish people would let Shamia and Porsha handle their own friendship. I think the friendship as they knew it is gone. I think Shamia is mourning that. And I think Portia's moved on. But they can certainly work together if other people stay out of it.
She is absolutely devastated by this friendship.
And who are the traitors?
Say that to my face, ho.
It's giving young and the restless.
Peekaboo. I see you.
And I watch it.
Pinky having a good time. Pinky already took her lashes early on. Y'all, I'm here for Pinky with this.
Still to come on this season.
It's just looping now, everybody. Let me go down and then I'll read some comments and then we'll go through the rest of it. This is looking pretty good, everybody. That is the preseason premiere. So they're halfway through. Thank you. I appreciate American Born and Cece letting me know that I could be heard. Y'all, I got to do better. I'm supposed to go back and look at that. It's looking good. American Born is laughing. To be fair, we haven't heard Phaedra's name with a lot of men like some of the others. Yes, we'll have to be fair on that, Cece. But when it's with a married man, I'll count that as like we'll count that as like 5 men to somebody's 1. And who is Mr. Chocolate? The man that you are sleeping with. And we know that was Giselle's ex-husband. He was out here with everybody. American Born agrees. She said she low mileage, but I think she should stop putting that out there. Giselle loves a crossover. She does, American Born, and a crossover loves her. I'm so tired of the Green Eyed Bandit, but I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I think it's Scotland, I heard. Oh, that'll be amazing, especially with the Traders tie-in and then Phaedra's Traders experience. And then all of us guessing who they're going to send out there next. We know they've asked Nene, and then Brett had some issues, and she could not. But current housewives right now, well, Porsha was the grand opening, grand closing. She's somebody that they might would want to call back, but I think they'd have somebody else in there first. That would be interesting. Porsha won't say what happened. It has to be bad. She's saying that the fans are not going to like the way that K. Michelle handles Drew. So with all that lunging and everything, at some point, you're going to connect. And it's not good. Mama Bees is saying what myself and a lot of the audience is thinking. I am so over K. Michelle. Mama Bees, the main thing that bothers me about her is that she can't really get the words out in real time. And Andy even asked her that on Watch What Happens Live. He said, you can get it going on Twitter, but you're not really, the fans are disappointed that you can't react in real time. And she's lipstick on her teeth, dressed like a pinata. I'm just more comfortable for the past few years on Twitter. But when she begged for that job in the DMs, she actually knew that you got to bring it to the screen. So I don't know. This being her first season, y'all, I don't want to say that she should go. I know people do want her to go. I don't know what's going to happen with her. This was not supposed to be like a review, and it's not, but I'm going to pull out this cloak of immunity, y'all. Okay, Michelle? You need it because the people want you gone. Another thing Kay has done, I don't think she realizes how important it is for her to not do this. She's on screen. I don't feel safe in this environment. I don't feel safe in this environment. Andy Cohen has told us there's an HR over at Bravo. So at one point is somebody going to say, okay, wait a minute. This lady feels like she's being mentally abused or whatever. She didn't say that, but she's saying she doesn't feel safe. Come down to the table and say good morning. And they say, well, do you still feel safe? I don't know. We can't have her doing that. And then the next minute you lunging at somebody, and you can't just chalk it up to your mental. That's everybody. The country's in a mental health crisis. Sharon, I agree. This looks good. Yeah, I'm shocked at the first half of the season. It's kept me engaged. We've had 8, 9. We had a 10 episode, 10 out of 10. We've had some really, I think the Dallas trip probably had a 10 episode and a couple of 9s. So yeah, I'm with Sharon. This looks good, and so far it's been good. Cece saying, I don't think Shamia wants to handle Porsha straight up. She's been a snake, and she knows she can't get with P. Willie one-on-one. Cece, we all know that. She is, in addition to being a snake, she's one of those ones that's in the grass. So because she's been a sidekick to Porsha for so long, I think she thought, well, I'm coming in with a peach. I got the biggest house and the richest husband and this, that, and the other. And I think people may have been telling her that in her ear, but she's never really been able to stand alone on that. And y'all know I like Shamia. I always try to big up Shamia, but I had a problem with her doing this whole alliance thing because I don't think that they should have come in like that. And it's so clear. Everybody recognizes that's what they did to the exclusion of Angela. And then we find out Shamia was the one that did it, season 16, Sweet 16. I just wanted the young, fun, hot girls to this, that, and the other. That's not your place. You let people gravitate to who they're going to gravitate to. And you can't convince me they didn't all have an OG or veteran in mind that they were going to go at. That's why Britt went at Kenya like that. And then you get the, give me a hug. Now you threatening a lady with whips and chains and everything like this. And they just didn't know where they were. Kelly against Porsha. Why you take that lady husband? And now Porsha got a whole storyline on Kelly and somebody's husband. And there's a whole list. And names are coming up. I know everybody that they've mentioned. I threw my own suggestion or idea. Giselle, you over here. Now we might have to call on Jamal. Is Jamal coming? So I don't know. They've named Ben Tankard. They've named Jamal Bryant. They have named John Gray. And it might be somebody else. We don't know. So this is crazy. But it's good. It's engaging. It's good television. American Born says, sure does. Yeah, it looks good. Sharon was saying it looks good. AB agrees, and I do too. AB says, I think the mothers are involved with the feud as well. Yeah, there was something on there that was saying your mother is a low-down, dirty snake. You and your mother are low-down, dirty snakes. Let me look at that real quick. Still to come on the season. This was Bravo's Shade Room. It looks like that's their own little, what they put in, and then you and your mother are low-down, dirty snakes might be a direct quote. So we're speaking about mothers. Let's not talk about the mothers. Let's talk about the mothers. Shamia and her mother, every time Shamia does something sneaky, she's one of those kids that her mother will jump in, get on her side, and start praying. Oh, Mama say, Mama side, Mama side. I'm tired of Miss Sharon. And no, she's not Mama Sharon. I don't care for that lady. Now, Madam Diane, y'all know I got my own thing against Madam Diane. But one thing about her, she never tries to be anything other than what she is. And she is the reason why Porsha is who she is. But just because somebody might not necessarily be a great person doesn't mean they're a snake. You can see Madam Diane coming, sitting over there on Cordell's bed, eating a large pepperoni pizza. AB said, okay, we said the mothers are involved. Cricket, welcome in, Cricket 22. It is great to see you. Thank you for dropping down into the live. Good to see you. Everyone speak to Cricket. Good evening, Sandra P, and everyone in the chat. It is great to see you. And CC is saying, hey, Cricket. Cricket dropped in and say, hey, AB. Everybody knows Cricket from the YouTube streets, and we are glad to see her. Mama B speaking. K. Michelle needs 4 cloaks, Sandra P. I got to see what I can do, Sharon. I got to see what I could do because that little one is not doing her any good. She is a mess. Let me see. Did I have a large picture with that? The lady, she's too much. And then here, look at her. She thinks she's going to go against Porsha. Okay, Michelle, you're not going to go against Porsha. The fans have already taken sides, and it's just, I mean, it's a mess. Look at them. It's good, though. I mean, it's good TV. It really is. It's good TV. But I think it's kind of weak to say we're going to come in as an alliance and we're going to. No, you need to stand 10 toes down on your own. And we don't need Kelly jumping up and trying to defend either because she got enough problems. Now, do y'all think Kelly's going to make it back for a season 18? Because she's doing everything to try to be seen and be in the news and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like her main storyline, even if you couldn't show the little girls, she got Chloe. She has those businesses. She has the struggle with her businesses. She's dating, even though now she's giving us some type of alias for this man, which is ridiculous. But she's mainly focused on Porsha. So I don't know what's going to happen with her. Yeah, they're laughing about K. Michelle. She does need 4 cloaks. She need more than one. Because like I said, I don't know when is HR going to get involved if this lady doesn't feel safe. And she's the one, to me, if you jumping up, that's a threat. You threatening to get out of your seat for what? Like Nene said, you got out of your seat. Kenya had to get up because Christopher Williams was crossing the floor to her. And I don't think a man should cross the floor and stand over a woman. Yeah, that may not be enough. That's true. The 4 cloaks may not, Sharon, you said it right. I don't know. I don't like one and done, but if this is not good for her mental, and y'all, I think most of us can agree, it's not good for her mental, unless she's putting on an act. I've never known her to be that great an actress. I know she's in a couple of Tubi movies and stuff, but I've not known K. Michelle to be a great actress. She's always making fun of Drew, but Drew's resume on the acting front is deeper than hers. I'll say that. I know that's right. We're laughing over K. Michelle. American Born says, I like Shamia better when she was a friend of. Yeah, American Born. I think that she is having a hard time with a full-time Peach because she feel like she got to do too much. And we see her in her confessional. She's always, shake, rattling, rolling, and all this kind of stuff. And it's coming across as a little bit phony because I think she is a boisterous person and an extra person. But it just seems like she always has in mind, I got to be liked. I want the audience to like me and to be liked more than Porsha. And why is she in competition with Porsha? I don't get it. Cece said, Ben Tankard's statement saying it's not him seems believable. Yeah, when his name came up, honestly, Cece, the only thing that made me say, well, it could be him was because he is a pilot. That was one of the things Porsha said. And I don't put anything past anybody, but we've never heard Ben Tankard's name ringing bells like that ever. He was on Thicker Than Water. He was on a OWN show before the OWN shows got real messy. His wife is down to earth. His children is down to earth. He is too. Those men cheat like anybody, but I didn't see that out of Ben Tankard. And he's a pastor, jazz musician. He does a lot of things. American Born and Sharon are just laughing over K. Michelle. I'm going to have 4 cloaks the next time I come back. I'm going to make a thumbnail with a big cloak, and I'm going to have that for K because she needs it. Someone says Shamia, her mom, and K. Michelle had lunch with Nash. Does anyone know if that was confirmed? CC, I haven't heard that. If that's the case, Nash he's messier than we see. Because one thing the Nigerian gonna do is put on a dashiki and one of those, what's the hat, the kufi, and act like he's not concerned and gossiping as much as he can. So now, did you really do that? Did you do that, Nash? Have you met with these people? Because then her and her mother will be a snake if that's the case. Okay, let's see. I have more content. Since we're still on the topic of K. Michelle, let me pull this one up that I have. All right. This is from TikTok, I believe. Yeah, TikTok. That didn't come up.
Interview spilling tea on his relationship
Go
with
back,
K.
y'all.
Michelle and
Sorry. All right, we'll start.
So K. Michelle was the person plotting.
You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
You don't need to tell them.
Last night, she sent Twitter into a blunder after dropping audio recordings of Nash talking about Porsha.
Talking something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Porsha is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, so you don't just go out there looking blind like you.
It all went down as Nash was doing an interview spilling tea on his relationship with K. Michelle and Porsha, claiming that he didn't pillow talk with either, although K. Michelle dropped audio claiming something quite different.
If K. Michelle releases the audio of your guys' conversations, will they hear you saying anything negative about Porsha?
Well, I let her.
Okay, wait a minute now, y'all. I don't know what to think about Nash. I was trying to give Nash the benefit of the doubt. Now Cece's asking, well, did he sit down with Shamia and the mom? And now American Born is saying Nash is enjoying his 15 minutes of fame again. He was on Queen's Court. I didn't watch that season, and they said she didn't pick him. So you didn't pick him for the show, Kay, and then you laying up with him after the show? The audience likes it when you end up with the person. I think Carlos Boozer is still over there with Janae until Janae boil a bunny on his stove and do a single white female. Y'all, Janae, she got him on lock over there until she doesn't. Cece says, for the life of me, I don't understand why K. Michelle feels comfortable being close with Shamia, since Shamia is close with the mean girls who drove her out of Atlanta, Rashida, Toya. A lot doesn't make sense in K. Michelle's head to me, Cece. Like Porsha said, the voice is in her head. Welcome in, Deborah Rando. It is so good to see you. Drop down in the live and say hello. Happy Friday. Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone speak to Deborah and welcome her in. Cece already did. We are now talking about K. Michelle. We're running a TikTok video. Yeah, I don't get it. So she shouldn't trust Shamia since she's still friends with, we see her out with Yandy and Rashida and Toya and all those people. Just over in Thailand with Candy. Y'all, I saw another picture. Candy and them still over there, but I think Gerald told Shamia to come on. Riley even posted, okay, I'm getting ready to book your flight. That's a good point. I think about that, Cece. Yeah, American Born, she just doesn't make a lot of sense. And her husband's messy too. All right, let me put this back up and I'll let this play out.
Bring it on.
Thursday was given K. Michelle was a bag of pecans. Now she is just looking pressed, and it's definitely given she was the person plotting Drew and Porsha, and not the other way around. I don't know why K. Michelle is so hell-bent on trying to expose Nash's relationship with Porsha, even though she is married to somebody else. Everything she is saying, everything she is doing is given that she is not happy in her own situation. See her keep doing this, pointing the finger, accusing people of doing things behind the scenes, and when they point the finger at her, people that she's accusing are looking at her like she is crazy. Even Nash went on to call her the Lulu collection of their events in their relationship. All in a blogger's DM claiming that he was shocked that K. Michelle even referred to him as.
I'm sorry, y'all. Wait a minute. Something else is playing. I don't know where it's at. Let me close it down. I apologize. What is this? Something else I had queued up just started playing on its own. Let me get that down. I'll find out where it's at. One moment. One moment, everybody. And everybody is coming in, speaking to Deborah Randall, who was the last one to come in. Thank you so much. Okay, there it is. I see where that was at. All right, one moment. Let me see if I still have the TikTok that I had. Okay, if not, I'll have to move on from that. I think I have it somewhere in here. Let's see. Okay, I do not know what happened with that. Let me find, let's see. All right, thanks for your patience, everybody. I'm going to go back in there and just go to the next topic because I'm not sure what happened on that.
dropping audio recordings of Nash talking about Porsha.
Dropping something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Porsha is my friend.
We tired of that. We saw that one already. Let me see what the next one is. All right, that might have been, I'm not sure what happened to that TikTok. I apologize for that. But let me pull up, I had a few more topics. Welcome in everybody that has come in since I started. And happy Friday to you. All right, let's see what else we had on here. Okay, now this is another one of the Real Housewives, but we are not sure. It's not, we're not positive about, is that the one? Let's see. We're not positive if this is correct. All right, here we go. This is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And let's get the sound going.
And also, we know and love Jennifer Tilly. She will be coming back. There's two newbies, Lori Loughlin, if we all know Lori Loughlin from Full House and the college scandal, that Lori Loughlin, and Emma Grede are going to be coming in the mix. Dorit is being put on pause, so stay tuned. We have an update of who will be returning next season for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bravo and Cocktails reported that Kyle, Erica, Sutton, Bose, and Rachel will all be returning. Amanda was invited back, but will most likely decline. Another familiar face that's going to be returning possibly is Crystal Minkoff. And also, we know and love Jennifer Tilly. She will be coming back. There's two newbies, Lori Loughlin, if we all know Lori Loughlin from Full House and the college scandal, that Lori Loughlin, and Emma Grede are going to be coming in the mix. Dorit is being put on pause, so stay tuned.
Okay, y'all. I saw that over on, where is that from? Instagram. Again, I didn't see where Bravo has posted that yet. Now, Emma Grede, I'm not a big fan of hers. I know she's in the world of the Kardashians. She had something to do with Skims or something like that. She just went viral for being over there with our little sister, Keke Palmer, and telling women that, no, you don't need to have remote work and all this kind of stuff. All the kind of stuff that people like her and in her station in life benefit from. She's telling us that we don't need that. So I'm not looking forward to Emma Grede. I don't like her. Again, her being in the world of the Kardashians, that is enough for me to be suspicious of her. Lori Loughlin was convicted. She was one of the mothers that, even though her daughters had every opportunity to do everything they wanted, she actually had fake credentials, fake accomplishments, all kind of stuff made up for her daughter to get them into some of the top schools. And all the daughter wanted to do was be an influencer. And she could have done that anyway, just on the strength of her mom being Lori Loughlin from Full House. So Beverly Hills, I'm not liking the track that you're going on. The rumor is that Dorit is on pause. Now, we know Dorit is releasing one page a day from that book. And now if she's on pause, y'all, what is she going to do? Go ahead, put me on pause. But we know Dorit cannot afford it. She is out earning, but outspending PK something like 2-1. So Dorit, I'm no Dorito fan, but I hate this for her if that's the case, everybody. Oh, American Born is rejoicing. She said, thank you, Jesus, for putting Dorit on pause. I don't know. I'm not happy about it, but I was getting kind of tired of her. AB likes Emma Grede. I find her to be a phony. I don't care for her. Anybody that's in that Kardashian universe, I don't really care for. Cece says, why can't Bravo get younger housewives? Lori Loughlin is in our age group. Thank you. And then Amanda, they're saying that Amanda's been invited back, but the way they treated Amanda wasn't going on like the upward swing until the end of the season and also the reunion, when fan base started saying, hey, we're not going to do a pile up because one thing we'll do is rally behind somebody getting piled up on. And Sutton was being especially cruel and trying to be in Kyle's back pocket like she usually does. And then Amanda was kind of holding her own against Bose, big bad Bose or badass Bose or whatever she calls herself. trying to pick on Amanda. And then Amanda, she has a couple of kids underage. She just got remarried to her husband, well, no, they weren't married. She married him. Then I think they have another wedding coming or had one, something going on, that business she has. But Rihanna allegedly was on social media. I can't find the post saying, oh, no, you got to come back. Or maybe she DM'd Amanda. Amanda shared it. It was from Rihanna's official account. It was Bad Girl Riri. And we know Bad Girl Riri is the godmother over there at Bravo. So the housewives will listen to what she says. I just saw a pic of PK with Lisa Vanderpump's husband, Ken. I think he is good friends with Lisa Vanderpump and Ken. Bravo loves kicking the housewives when they're down and need that check. Cece, they tried to do that to Porsha after her first season. They tried to not bring her back. And then she had her iconic reunion. Cordell is not perfect by far. And we said, y'all got to bring little Porsha back. She's over here saying bye, Ashe, and everything else. We need her. Well, Dorito lied and wasn't showing her real life like Robin, and that makes them mad. American Born, that's true. And they did punish Robin for that, but now she's over here on the Green Eye Bandit podcast, and she's coming back. So they've reinstated the paper bag test, and they are going to be picking on Dr. Wendy, Happy Eddie, and their series of unfortunate events. Y'all, this is about to be a mess. I'm going to have to throw 4 cloaks over Dr. Wendy. She might not wear them if they're not Louis Vuitton. Wendy, they're just regular cloaks. They're not Louis. So I'm going to show you another one of our internet nieces who is out here doing big things. Let me see if this will play. I may have to stop it. I think it's music.
Let me see it. Wow.
It keeps buffering, y'all, but that's okay. It's Shabuzi. I don't want to mess with his music. I'm not a Shabuzi fan, but I do love the fact that you got a big black Nigerian in country music. I love it. And that's our beautiful Sierra, fresh off of episode 1 of the Summer House reunion, or part 1, I should say. She out there dropping F-bombs, shaking that little leg, and putting long back on her back. So we love it. We'll take it. How long before West and Amanda drop something, y'all? We'll take bets. So good news for Sierra. She's always doing something. You know, Giselle begged them to bring her friend back. American Born, she's been working on NBC Universal for years because, y'all, Robin was at BravoCon. And I'm like, what is Robin doing at BravoCon? She was on Traders, but she's not popular with the audience. She got booed. Alexandra Rogers stood up and kind of clowned her with one of the questions, which she said, I'm not answering. And y'all, a funny backstory, the Green Eye Bandits. Now, this is where I'll allow their bullying, even though they're too old for this. They saw Amanda in the bathroom, long foot, long back, long face Amanda with no shoes on. Y'all, the bathroom is so public. Public. I mean, you need a Bravo wristband to get in there, but isn't that nasty? No shoes on, barefoot. And then she lifted her foot up at another panel that they were on. And the Green Eye Bandits were like, ew. And the audience was too. So Amanda's she's nasty. That's nasty. Deborah Randall is saying what I feel. I feel for Wendy and Eddie. I do too. Because Deborah Randall, I'll bring it up whenever I feel like mentioning it, when people are kind of piling on Dr. Wendy and Eddie. If any of that is true, or even the appearances of it, I hate it. But locking them under the jail, you got Dorito over here with $1 million robbery. $1 million robbery. And the people left her house and left her cell phone with the light on outside so she could find it. Allegedly, and in my opinion, I'm not going to go there with them. That's crazy. Not the paper bag test. Cece, what else? What are they doing over there on Potomac? I've got to watch it and see what's going on. Of course, I'm going to cover it. This is a mess. Sharon is laughing. Because they have new girls over there. I don't know the new girl's name, but they look more like Giselle and Robin than they do Dr. Wendy. And now Giselle is already making fun of Dr. Wendy again before the season even started. And we know when the season ended, Wendy was down on their trip going, I call you my friend. And I'm like, not too much, Wendy, not too much. Because I knew Giselle was just waiting on Robin to come back. So they were able to get Angel out of there crying. And then her friend, Kierna, who really, I don't think that Angel had a fair chance being ushered in by somebody who was only on their second season. And Kierna only got the fluke because she got jumped by Sesame Street and them. So y'all know what I think about that. That wasn't fair. But I think Angel's in a better place with her HG-based show. And I'm proud of her for that. And I know Bobby's glad. Go Sierra, the way I scream with this video. Isn't that cute, Deborah Randall? A huge country star like Shabuzi. And you know Midwest is having a fit. Yeah, West TD, one of your heroes is out here dancing with your ex. I love this for Sierra. I do too, AB. She deserves all the good things. I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars in at least a decade, and I'm going to definitely watch it this season. She's on it, and our girl Maura is on it. So I think it's going to be a pretty good one. I wonder if Juan will make an appearance. I don't know, American Born. If Robin calls him, he's going to halfway cuss her out. He hates to get calls from Robin. Alexander Rogers is so funny to me. Yes, CC, he's just the right amount of inappropriateness. He makes me laugh. American Born says, she's like that nasty girl from Next Gen NYC who didn't wash her hands. That is Georgia, otherwise known as George Washington. She doesn't believe in too much soap and things that clean you up because it kills the good bacteria. No, Georgia, you're just nasty. Georgia's just nasty. And then tried to hug or hold Riley, and Riley was like, ew, wash your hands. And Georgia made a whole thing out of it where she's the victim. I didn't like the way Riley tried to make me wash my hands. Girl, you used the bathroom. She's like that. Yeah, okay, she is. Exactly. Sharon Bourne's agreeing. I'll be watching and voting this season for Sierra. I will too, American Born. I'm so glad that we got a few girls on there we can root for. Maura, after she gave away that whole pot of money for her Birkin bag, I'll even root for her. But I'm only going to vote for Sierra. Deborah says, and everyone got upset with Garcelle for calling out Doritos jewelry still on her arm. Thank you. That's what caught up Dr. Wendy and them. They had a long list. They've got that email. Wendy, put everything up there because the maximum is 423,000. Make sure we got 423,000. And then Wendy is all on TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere else with the ring that they claim, different jewelry that they claim, an old ugly shirt of Eddie that they claim. I didn't know you could put clothing on insurance claim. Those two were claiming everything. I no longer rock with HGTV due to the way they dismissed Egypt Sherrod and her husband. Their show had good ratings. Cece, I was unaware of that. Thank you for telling me. So Egypt Sherrod and Mike actually have a show on YouTube, and I had wondered where they got the time to do that. So they're not on HGTV. You know how we have to have double the ratings to even be treated half as good. And I hate to say that, but that's just what it is. That's too bad. Because I don't think that Egypt was the best host. Remember, she was one of the first hosts from Love and Huntsville. She couldn't do nothing with them. They screamed over her until she left the stage. And I think Carlos had to come out there anyway. And that's why he started hosting their reunion. She couldn't shut old Tisha up. And we know she won't say boo to a mouse. Egypt left the stage. She couldn't do nothing with them. That's when the Holts were the Holts. Melody and Martell with the at both of the Scots because they were trying to defend themselves. And Egypt was trying to quiet everything down. And she left the stage. All right, so let me see what else we have on here, everybody. Oh, this is one of my topics. It came up just in time. And this picture right here, I can't name everybody in it, but in the middle, we have the lovely, lovely, lovely Naomi Osaka, and all of these beautiful tennis stars were called together. They are all, this is from Taylor Townsend's IG. So they are all together to play in the French Open, and she has called them all together, summoned everybody, and they're having a dinner. So somewhere around the way it started being referred to as a Black dinner. And then lo and behold, the very sport that have literally isolated us for decades until people started just kicking down the tennis nets. Rest in peace to Arthur Ashe. Who else is another Wilma Rudolph? Or is that track? I get the track and field. It's either Wilma Rudolph or I'm just trying to do it by memory. Yannick Noah, the Williams sisters, just had to come up hard. And now that she's had this thing where they get treated, to me, really poorly. And now she called everybody together. They had a dinner and other people are feeling excluded. I don't have a problem with it at all. I love the picture. I think it's beautiful. All of them are really doing great. Coco Guaff is another one. She is setting records over there. I'm so proud of her, proud of all of them. I think they really deserve it. They deserve it. And let's see, American Born says, I forgot about that. Yeah, Garcelle calling out the yeah, and then Sutton and Garcelle both of them were talking about it, but they only blamed Garcelle. So I do remember that. And then Sutton, she kind of swallowed her tongue. That was the main reason why Garcelle was just like, okay, let me get out of here. And Garcelle was actually on a recent podcast, and she says one of the housewives came to her and said to her that, can you please leave race out of it or don't talk about race? Which, I mean, I don't know why people think anybody wants to talk race. Most part, we don't. But if it's a card that's in the deck, we're going to play it from the bottom of the deck because that's just what it is. And speaking of that, let me see. Coco Guaff she's still winning again. She set a record. I wish I could find it. Okay, I wish I could find that record. I'm going to go back and look at it. I pulled that down. I learned that they really pull sports stuff really quickly. Shara Hill came in. Hello. I see everybody speaking. Let me find your comment and say hello to you. Thank you for coming in. We are doing a little housewife stuff. I was just talking about the black tennis dinner, which was just our lovely Naomi Osaka calling her friends over for a little bit of sustenance and where they could kind of woo-saw together in a sport where they have always been excluded and treated unfairly and poorly. And nobody can say otherwise because I remember watched it in real time. Every other show on there has been canceled for having racist CC. Yeah, HGTV, that's true. Now, that lady that was saying, she said she didn't mean to say that, but she was saying some slurs. And then she went on The Breakfast Club. And that's not even her audience. But leave it to Charlamagne. That's what they do. Shara Hill, thank you so much for coming in during the live. Happy Friday. It is great to see you. Thank you. And everybody is speaking to Shara Hill as she come in. She is speaking back. Yes, thanks for dropping down. And I love this for tennis too, Sharon Gobbo. I love it too. One thing you can't DEI is a sport, because I tell you what, when you put certain people on there that just work hard, no, it's not genetics. It's not. It may be for certain ones, but it's also hard work. It's also practice. It's also being dedicated, single-minded, focused, just like Coco Guaff that I just saw, just like Naomi Osaka. And I'm really proud of Naomi. She has had a baby. Remember when her anxiety used to get the best of her? And now here she is back, ushering in other people that she's trying to speak life into. And all of them, they're having great records. So I love this for the French Open because they talk a little slick over there too. They may say it in French, but I see what's going on. American Born says, I can remember watching Arthur Ashe play tennis back in the day. I remember too, American Born. So elegant. I always loved him. He was best friends with Dorothea Gibson. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dorothea Gibson. That was the other legend I was trying to bring up when I was talking about Arthur Ashe. I was trying to think of the woman that kicked down the nets as well. Dorothy Gibson. Dorothy Gibson. American Born, I'm like you. And we did get to watch Arthur Ashe in real time. He passed away, unfortunately, from HIV before it was a thing that you could really talk about, and it's just an illness and there's not a stigma. They tried to put a stigma on that man, but his wife and his family and everyone knew what was going on. He was best friends with Brian Gumbel, who was at the top of the Today Show. And I remember years later, Brian Gumbel was saying, somebody was asking him, oh, that would have been a big story. And he's like, those are my friends. That's no big story. Those are my friends. So there were people in the sports world that knew. But of course, what are you going to say? You're going to drop that like a TMZ? TMZ is the scourge of the earth. I hate them. And I do watch some of their celebrity news, but I can't stand Harvey Levin. Betting that was Kyle asking Garcelle not to discuss race. Deborah Randall, that was my guess too, because we know Kyle is a sneaky one. And Kyle, as K. Michelle said about Porsha, think that's her show. But it is her show. It is Kyle's show. If you have the right to hire and fire or put me on pause, that's your show. That's right. Stop being racist. Sarah Hill, that's what I feel. I mean, if you're going to exclude somebody else, if they need to get together with a group that they're comfortable with and they have a dinner and you want to call it a black dinner, why can't I come? I can't even name the number of all white stuff that people have, and there's no problem with it. Look at these White House press meetings that they have now. But the good thing about it is, who you going to blame now? Their planes are falling out of the sky. The inspectors are not able to get in and even inspect food plants, and things are terrible. Everybody's anxious. Who are you going to blame now? Coco, the youngest to win 80 times. Thank you, American Born. That was the record I was trying to find. Thank you so much. So Coco's over there record setting. 80 career grand slams. I love it. I love that for her. She reminds me of Venus Williams so much. I first became aware of her. She was 14. She was playing Venus, and she kept like fanning out like on the side. And I thought that was the cutest thing. But Venus is business at the net until the end, and then they could embrace and all of that. So I loved it. I loved it. Shariah Hill says we dominate all sports. No lies detected. No lies detected. Whenever we decide to start doing something and put 110% into it, they know what it is, and there's no need to get jealous. Step your game up. Step your game up. Next up, hockey. Yeah, there's a few in hockey, and they have a tough time. They have a really tough time, but they're there, and I admire that. Everyone speaking to Deborah Randall spoke back to Shariah Hill, who came in. Cece says, aren't the Ashes from Richmond, Virginia? The Tennis Association wanted to build the U.S. Open Stadium complex there. Richmond back then was so racist, they said no. My state could be hosting, but that is crazy. For them to take a legend like Arthur Ashe and not want the stadium named for him in his hometown, and there's nobody else coming behind him from the other side that name rings bells like that out of Richmond or anywhere else. So that's crazy. Okay, let me see if there is anything else on here. Oh, y'all, I don't know. This is just kind of triggering. I was just talking about how things are just terrible. This is a story that made the Jasmine brand, but it is it's a news story. It's in Dulles. There is a Ghanaian woman, her 4-year-old son. They've been at Dulles Airport for more than a week. So y'all, right under our noses, they have built these places within airports. It'll be like a room, a toilet, a shower, a window where they can get food. And they have a pregnant woman there. The lady actually has her paperwork. Her child actually has his paperwork. He comes to the United States every so often for medical care. He's been doing it since he was 2 years old, something with his hands. And they're pretty well to do. She's coming from Ghana and flying in with her son, right? And she's shown that she returns. What's the difference now? The administration. And then what else? She's pregnant. So they're afraid that she's going to have the baby here. So y'all, they're holding her for a week. So I saw this, and this just kind of disgusted me. So according to the court filings, 38-year-old Annabelle Gyasi arrived in the U.S. on May 19th with valid tourist visas for herself and her son. The trip was intended to show her son, who was born with abnormalities affecting both of his hands, attend a medical appointment at the Ohio Children's Hospital to determine whether he's now old enough for corrective surgery. So she has an attorney, of course, is with the ACLU. They're alleging Gyasi and her son were taken into custody by Customs and Border Protection. So who are they protecting? Now, I think she did too much talking in her interview. She disclosed fears about returning to Ghana and was subsequently held in a windowless room containing a bed, a sink, and a toilet. Now, everybody, this is all still at the airport. And her attorneys are saying she was hospitalized twice during the detention. Where's the baby? Where's the 4-year-old? So the Department of Homeland Security has disputed allegations she's mistreated. I don't believe them because, y'all, people have been losing their life in custody. They've been losing their life in Border Patrol custody, ICE custody, any of that. And we know that. So sorry to bring that up, but that was something that I had that I did want to talk about. Let me see if I can find something else that's great news. I think I have more Naomi. I think I'll do that. She already, and now Naomi's winning her matches too. There was a person that was really upset about her clothes, the last girl that Naomi beat. And she said, I don't come here to just put on a fashion show. And somebody put in the comments, evidently, you don't come here to win either, because Naomi still beat her. Let me show you Naomi's last dress, and then we'll let that be it. She's fashion. I love her. I think she's amazing. Okay, so that is her standing before the net. I don't know if she was starting to play then or not. And then I'll show you the last thing she said. She gets a really, I felt the question was extremely passive aggressive, but we know how the sports reporters are. All right, let me pull that down and show this. And remember, she has severe anxiety, so I'm really beginning. Wait a minute.
Fashion for me, I tell people I don't talk a lot. So that way I can talk through my clothes, and that means I can be as loud with colors or patterns or fabric as I want. But I think that's the fun part, you know? I feel like we lost that a little in tennis. I always tell people I grew up with, you know, Serena and Venus's grand reveals. I literally can look at a picture and probably tell you what year that outfit came from. So I know there's like some kids or some people that are similar to me that hopefully feel that same way about my outfits.
After the stir you caused at the Australian Open with your ensemble?
Stir.
after your big walk-on look at the Australian Open, do you have anything planned for here? And then also, just how much sort of life does it give you being extra in those ways?
LOL, not extra. I feel like fashion for me, I tell people I don't talk a lot. So that way I can talk through my clothes, and that means I can be as loud with colors or patterns or fabric as I want. But I think that's the fun part, you know? I feel like we lost that a little in tennis. I always tell people I grew up with, you know, Serena and Venus's grand reveals. I literally can look at a picture and probably tell you what year that outfit came from. So I know there's like some kids or some people that are similar to me that hopefully feel that same way about my outfits.
After the
Okay, you heard the way that reporter was phrasing that question. I don't like it. We know how they like to do. I don't like it. And she's like, oh, not extra. So she caught everything that he was trying to say about her. He was trying to be shady. He was trying to be team shady. We don't like it. We don't like to see it. But y'all, that was the last thing that we have. And I love the fact that the Williams sisters are now so influential and legendary that there is a younger player that came up watching them and has gotten so much out of them. And we remember her breaking down, crying, just speaking in the face of a question like that. Now she's able to hold her head up and answer that question. I love that for Naomi Osaka and the younger players coming after her. So everybody, thank you so much. And Mama B's told me that she actually took off the skirt. So American Born's given a great point. As long as it doesn't break any rules, she should be able to wear what she wants. Exactly. I don't see a problem with it. If you want to come in a plain old tennis dress, you do that. But if somebody else wants to turn the place out and it doesn't disturb anything, I think that's fine. Sharon Gobble says, Naomi came strutting out there like a beautiful peacock. Yes, she did. I wouldn't expect any less. Her mom's Japanese. Her dad is Black, and she is the best of all worlds. And I just love her. I'm so proud of her. So that is indeed Black excellence. He was being shady. He was, and she caught it. She caught the shade. Oh, not extra. It's not extra. It's her. It's who she is now. And I'm proud of her. Thank you, CC. These are the housekeeping. This is the end, everybody. Happy Friday. Replay gang. Hit the like button. Drop a comment. And let's hype this video up. Yes, everybody, please do that. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you in the YouTube streets. Let me read my last comment. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Yes, CC. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Thank you all. Have a great one. Goodbye.
I don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you? That I don't think that he's good. That I don't.